Hey LA, we're on the road again, and this time we're taking you for a winter blast.
This is Eye on LA.
Hey everyone, I'm Eye on LA's Tina Malave, and we've been enjoying some beautiful warm weather in Los Angeles. But come on, it's winter, so we hopped the flight to check out Ogden, Utah.
A quick 30-minute drive from Salt Lake International Airport is the quaint but exciting little town of Ogden, with quite the scandalous history. But we'll get to that a little later, because we are in Utah, and that means the greatest snow on Earth and some of the best boarding and skiing in the world.
So this is Powder Mountain.
Wow, and you guys call it Pow Mau.
Yeah, the locals refer to it as Pow Mau, yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we love it here. Yeah, you know, Utah definitely gets the greatest snow on Earth, as we claim, and Powder Mountain gets 500 inches of annual snowfall. The expansive terrain and the snow, a lot of destination guests are blown away at the experience when they come to Powder Mountain.
LA residents Jackie Johnson and David Niblin from Marina Del Rey love skiing Powder Mountain so much, they actually had their wedding right on the mountain. Aww.
So, you know, we get a lot of folks from Southern California that travel to and from, and, you know, they'll wake up in the morning and go surfing in Southern California and jump on a flight and be here by lunchtime and making turns for the rest of the day, so it works out pretty good.
They also offer a few unique experiences.
We are the first resort in the United States to offer kite skiing, and we have a whole area designated to kite skiing specific terrain. And there's a lot of guys that will come up when the wind speeds are perfect for that, and we welcome kiteboarders and skiers to come out and check it out.
You can also rent a snowcat for the ultimate skiing experience.
You can ski roughly 9 to 16 on-track runs, and typically at the end of the day, most people are saying that was the best day of skiing of my life, and that's ultimately what we're trying to accomplish up here. So we say it's big where it counts and small where it matters. You know, when you look at terrain and the size of terrain and snow and, you know, overall satisfaction, that's where we're big, and we're small where it matters, which is no lift lines, no crowds, and it's definitely what separates us from a lot of other resorts.
I hear the lodges at Snow Basin are gorgeous and that there might be some fun in the snow that I want to get in on. So we're heading over there right now.
Snow Basin is only about 45 minutes drive from Salt Lake and 20 minutes from Ogden. The Olympics came here in 2002. In 1998, we started building all of our lodges. And that includes Earl's, the Grizzly Center, Needles Lodge, John Paul Lodge. It's a luxury European mountain style feel. Fancy, but it's also kind of homey. Nice warm fireplaces to keep you warm. Delicious food. We're rated #3 with Ski Magazine with our food and dining. Great place just to hang out after a nice long ski day or hang out during your ski day. Cinnabar is in Earl's Lodge. You can get cocktails, beer, wine. We have some burgers, sandwiches, fried pickles, dipping sauce. What more do you need?
Fried pickles? Sounds kind of awesome, actually. But if your thing is carving it up on the slopes, then you're in for a fun ride.
Our mountain has something for everyone. You know, we have trails for experts, we have trails for beginners. We have over 100 trails and 11 lifts. You ride the gondola all the way up to the top and you can ski down. And we have a lot of family programs. Whether you are just starting out and you want something new for your family, you can go take a lesson with our snow sports program. They'll train you at any level.
Even tots ages potty trained to 6 are getting skilled at their new Wriglets Training Park.
Well, the design of the snowboard park is to basically incorporate playing with snowboarding. Before, kids that were younger, the equipment was too heavy. It was hard to get boots that would fit them. So we built a playground for them. And then we used this special snowboard that has almost like a boat on the bottom. And even though it looks like it's just they're having fun, we're actually teaching them skills of how to balance themselves.
And it's adorable.
It is adorable.
You got dinosaurs everywhere. It's just adorable.
There's something for everyone. You don't need to be a skier, you don't need to be a snowboarder. People come up to enjoy the music, the lodges, the food, the environment. Get out of the downtown area and just pick your adventure. What do you want to do? The skiing, the snowboarding, and the tubing hill.
Did I hear tubing? Enough said. Just a short tug ride to the top of the tubing hill and...
Oh my goodness. Hello. We're gonna go tubing.
no lengthy instructions necessary. Love it.
All right, Brock here says that number 1 lane is the fastest lane. So you know that's the one we're gonna take, right? Oh my goodness!
Okay, I can do this all day. Let's do it again.
This is so much fun when we come back.
A little something for the history buffs and fuel maniacs.
We're wandering around historic 25th Street in Ogden, discovering why it's considered the most entertaining street in Utah.
Today, historic 25th Street is bristling with restaurants, shops, art galleries, and clubs. But at the turn of the 20th century, Ogden was so debaucherous, it's been noted that mobster Al Capone, who was passing through, said it was too wild a town for him. So what caused a little Mormon town to lose its morals? You can blame that on the trains. Once considered the crossroads of the West, it was said that you couldn't get anywhere without coming to Ogden, and everyone from soldiers to politicians and even royalty came through. But the historic Union Station, built on land donated by Mormon pioneer Brigham Young, also brought a less desirable element to Ogden.
During World War I and World War II, over 100 trains arrived at this station a day. So it was houses of ill repute, a lot of bars, clubs, restaurants, of course, hotels. And with Prohibition, of course, there were speakeasies where people could drink if they knew where to go.
It all began in 1869, when the station became a true Union station, uniting the Central Pacific and Union Pacific railroads. For years, the crowds came out to greet the iron horses of the day when they chugged into town. Till one day, an unattended iron at the depot was left burning, causing serious fire damage to the old wood frame station. So a new Union Station was built in 1924, designed by the same father and son architectural team behind a very familiar landmark, our own Union Station in downtown LA. Today, Ogden's historic Union Station is on the U.S. National Register of Historic Places.
Union Station is no longer an active train station. There are trains that stop here for people to view. It is a huge museum. There are 4 museums within the station,
including the Utah Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, John M. Browning Firearms Museum, Browning Kimball Classic Car Museum, and the Utah State Railroad Museum, honoring Ogden's history and romance with the railroads.
Down the street from the historic train station is another museum, but this one is a little less choo-choo and a little more cuckoo-cuckoo.
The City Club was opened in '91, and my husband has always collected Beatle memorabilia. So we have stuffed the place full, both floors, all the walls, some of the ceilings.
You can even get a Beatles fix when you use the John or the Yoko.
It is world-renowned. We have one of the biggest private collections in the world, and so much to see, it takes a few hours.
It's also an over 21 club with a full bar and grill.
We have Beatle burgers, Beatle beers, and you can go on to Google Map, put in the City Club, and it's a virtual tour of the entire building inside.
Did you know? Just like LA, Ogden has its own Egyptian theater.
Well, the Piers Egyptian Theater actually was built in 1924, and it was built in the time period just after King Tut's tomb was discovered, and all of the country became Egypt crazy, and Ogden was no different.
So is this where all of the people would dress their best and come out for the night?
Well, the movie Palaces was that whole era. I mean, you've got the Chinese Grauman Theater in LA and Egyptian Theater in LA. The movie Palace was the big thing at that time. And they were, 1,000, 2,000 seats. This is 800 seats, but that was all the rage. So each one was trying to best the other one and, better than the Joneses, so to speak, and build a better theater. And for Ogden, this was quite opulent, yes.
Today, Piers Egyptian Kitchen has been lovingly restored to how it first looked 90 years ago and is the second largest venue for the annual Sundance Film Festival.
Ogden, Utah is brewing up a whole lot of fun for us.
Up next, some of Ogden's hottest hangouts, architecturally perfect sushi, and later, I get my geek on.
Dinosaurs! Ion LA is all about exploring and indulging our inner foodie, and we hit the jackpot here on historic 25th Street on our getaway to Ogden, Utah.
Don't let the casual vibe in Ogden fool you. They take dining seriously here. We discovered some amazing eats all along historic 25th Street, including Tona Sushi, which has been called the best sushi in all of Utah.
Tona is a combination of Tony and Tina, actually. That's me and Tony, which is my husband. He's the executive chef of Tona. Tony grew up in Ogden. He loves cuisine here, and he has a passion for Japanese cuisine. We're always here looking for ways to give surprises to our customer, something that is unique and tasteful that they will not be able to find elsewhere.
Including a few secret items not on the menu.
We're gonna make a green globe, and it's been on our menu for quite some times now. But when I say on the menu, means like on a secret menu.
On a secret menu?
It's not
menu.
showing on the regular menu, but
Okay, so there's a little locals tip for you. Order on the special menu.
And to help him construct incredible sushi creations, the former architect uses his design skills.
He liked to draw his food out, and you can see that from the structures of the food, it always constructed around how the flavors builds up and what comes in together, and balance is what he's always looking in a dish.
The green globe. I love this.
Yep.
Another yummy option is the new style ahi poke, made with ahi tuna, wasabi-infused cheese, Fuji apples, jalapenos, and sweet vinegar soy, which Tony kindly let me rename.
What is this called?
new style ahi poke.
Can we change the name to Apple of Your Eye on LA Poke?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
For some freshly brewed deliciousness, we hopped over to another 25th Street favorite, Ogden's own Rooster's Brewing Company.
We are known in our town and in our community as the local gathering spot. We have a ton of independent restaurants, shops, and bars down here, and there's just a really special, unique vibe. And we were kind of one of the pioneers, some of the early people that took these our building's 119 years old, very, very authentic, and has been through a lot of good history. We were a Chinese laundry originally when the railroad came through, and we've been many things since. We're actually a restaurant, but we are a brew pub, and so we brew all of our beers on site, but we have awesome food. You can come here and get, say, medallions of beef, but you can also get a really great ahi salad or the best hot wings in town.
And the tasty beer selection at this popular brew pub comes with a playful spin on local history.
So one of our popular beers, and it was one of our original ones, is the Polygamy Pale Ale. And we have a lot of fun with that, especially the tagline, you know, you have one, you want another and another, and the first wife and the sister wife. Everyone that comes takes that shirt back. I get pictures of our stuff all over the world, really. People just love it. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's part of Utah's history. It's a cool and quirky place.
So Brewmaster Steve, this is your realm, huh?
This is where the magic happens.
I love it. Now you have some interesting beers here. You've got one that I'm dying to try, your chocolate stout.
So it is one of our more popular beers, the chocolate stout. Also, we have on tap right now our rosemary porter. That's a very unique beer. So we actually use fresh rosemary in this beer, and just enough to give it a little herbal flavor, and it's really quite delicious.
Wow, all right. So I have to try the chocolate and I have to try the rosemary. I mean,
Probably should
come
try them on, all of them, really.
I like this guy. I like this guy. All right, we'll try that. Delicious.
In this quaint little part of town, once notorious for being able to get anything from booze to broads during the Prohibition era for 25 cents or 2 bits, remnants of the past can still be seen in the businesses here today.
The buildings were left in disrepair, and a lot of those second floors were the houses of ill repute. When we opened 22 years ago at our first location, there were still buildings that had cribs in the second floor, which were the small prostitute bedrooms. This is Brewski's, historic 25th Street. We've been here since 1994, and I believe that there have been a lot of taverns in this space, but originally it was the European Hotel, and that was in the late 1800s.
But it's what's beneath Brewski's that will make your imagination run wild.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
Here we go, down into the Brewski basement, down where the tunnels once were.
And what did they think the tunnels were used for?
Well,
Pray tell.
I would say liquor running, probably drugs. There was gambling going on.
There was also like opium running around
There was
here, right?
opium, and in fact, when we cleaned out the other side of Brewski's, we did find coca bottles with liquid in them that were left from 80 years ago.
That's luck.
I want to show you something that has been here since the late 1800s. This is the original boiler for the huge hotel that was on this site. The European Hotel was here, and this is the boiler made in 1891. This was here when we acquired the building, an old sample sign from the restaurant chain.
So this would have been from what, like the 70s?
70s, mid-70s, I believe. This would be where the tunnels ran, and you can see evidence right here. This is cemented in, so they were going under the sidewalks this way. And this is another side. This is the middle section, and it shows the storefronts. This is a bigger storefront, but it has a staircase that goes nowhere.
Ooh, I would smuggle me hooch down here. I don't know why I've suddenly turned into a pirate, but I would smuggle me hooch down here.
You can certainly say Ogden has its secrets, and maybe some are best left hidden.
Still ahead, we found the perfect spot to warm our chilly LA bones.
Surfing, climbing, and diving. Who said there's nothing to do but ski in Utah?
I always loved coming to Utah because it was once a hotbed for one of my favorite things in the world, dinosaurs.
At the time that Utah was a huge dinosaur place, or when the dinosaurs were around, there was it was an ocean frontier, and so California was actually underwater at that point, and so there was a huge ocean frontier, and so we had a lot of dinosaurs, and it was just a hotbed because it was the edge of a large water in the Inner Sea Causeway.
The George Eccles Dinosaur Park in Ogden gives a fascinating peek into Utah's prehistoric past, with 8.5 acres of outdoor space that features over 100 life-size dinosaurs, as well as an impressive paleontology and geology museum and super cool laboratory.
There's new dinosaurs found on a yearly basis in Utah, and we have the fossils actually come in here and brought to our lab where we can actually work on them and show them to kids and show them the process of unveiling dinosaurs right out of the ground.
So I find these little guys in Sherman Oaks all the time, but I really want to find one of these babies here. Can I find something like this in California? Because we were underwater, right?
Yeah, certainly. These species come from around the world, and whenever you can find a fish, you can have the potential of finding a stingray.
I'm going to find me a stingray. You just watch.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, we have a natural history gem and mineral collection that's just one of a kind. We have faceted stones as well as gems and crystals that are just unique. We even have a collection of stones that fluoresce.
Wow, oh my gosh, these are amazing. They're beautiful.
I know this is really beautiful, but you want to come see something really special?
Yeah, I do.
Let's go.
Okay.
Here's a very interesting specimen that I think you might want to make some jewelry out of.
That is so beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a piece of cooperlite, and it actually comes from a specimen something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
what is cooperlite?
Cooperlite is actually dinosaur dung.
Yes, dinosaur dung. You know, only a girl like me would love jewelry made from dinosaur dung.
If you're a skier, you definitely have to come to Utah. But even if you're not,
we found plenty of family-friendly, adrenaline-rushing excitement here at the Solomon Center in Ogden, Utah. Woo!
Utah's known for the snow for sure, so everyone comes here for the snow. But we have this center, 120,000 square feet of high adventure activities that no one else has, and it's all together in one spot. Indoor rock climbing, indoor skydiving as well. There's a huge arcade, bowling alley, there's restaurants. This building is pretty amazing. It's a big attraction for the locals, but it's a huge tourist attraction.
It's also a great place to get your feet wet with those activities you've always wanted to try.
If you've ever wanted to surf or bodyboard and you just didn't know when to start, how to do it, Flow Rider's perfect for that. It's a great big pool, 60,000 gallons of water underneath every minute to make a simulated wave. And so you can bodyboard on it, you can stand up and surf, and just tons of stuff you can do. The temperature's controlled of the water and the air, and we keep you very safe. There's no sharks to worry about, and it's a lot of fun. And so if you've ever wanted to jump out of an airplane but a little bit scared, I fly a simulated free fall. And so what you do when you jump out of an airplane before you open your canopy.
After watching the pros do some fancy tricks, it's time for me to suit up and do some flying of my own. If I can just get stable, but with a little coaching.
Awesome!
But I'm not done with the Solomon Center just yet. There's one more thing I gotta try.
All right, Sean, I've always wanted to do this.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Tina, let's get you set up.
Okay.
This is your harness. This is going to keep you safe, all right?
All right.
A little chalk to help my grip.
Perfect.
There you go.
She's ready. All right, Tina, you are all set. Come on over to the wall. So go ahead and start climbing. Find some good holds. Perfect. And kind of look where you're going, so kind of plan it out as you go. Perfect. Remember, use those leg muscles. Good job, Tina. Keep going. Let's see how far you can get. It's 55 feet to the top.
Okay, don't look down. Oh boy.
We're coming. Victory is mine. Yes. Thanks for coming on vacation with us to Ogden, Utah for the greatest snow on earth. Learn more about the places we visited by liking IONLA on Facebook or at ac7.com/IONLA. I'm Tina Malavey, and I'll see you next time back in Los Angeles.